Hey Guru Nation, how's it going? So we're here with a monitor, real life monitor. His name is Daniel. You want to introduce yourself?
Hi everybody, my name is Daniel Neri. I've been monitoring for over a year now, and I was a clinical research coordinator for 10 years at Cedars-Sinai doing liver research.
Where in Cedars? LA? The one in
Los Angeles, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that. Okay, so 10 years as a CRC, now you've been a CRA for 1 year.
Yeah.
We actually have one of my former coordinators also. He works for IQVIA.
Okay.
But he was a CRC for about 5 to 7 years, and now he's a CRA too.
Yeah.
So I try to ask him to get studies. But how do you like what's the differences between? Well, first of all, let's get your background. So to be a CRA, you need college degree for the most part, right?
For the most part.
I do hear some stories of people that don't.
Yeah, I think ultimately your experience is what a lot of CRO companies are also looking for. If you have, a good background in clinical research, they'll take you in, or at least they'll consider you.
But your background specifically is bachelor's or master's?
I have a Bachelor of Arts in Child Development.
Wow, okay. Where'd you go? Are you a local SoCal kid?
Yeah, so I grew up in East LA, and I went to Cal State LA. Not to be confused with
you
UCLA.
Went to Cal State LA.
Yeah.
Do you know La Azteca Torteria on the Cesar Chavez?
Yes, I do.
Oh, man, that's my favorite place each time I go back. They have the best burrito, chili relleno. I tell everyone
They do?
here.
Yeah?
I tell everyone here. Actually, before you leave, I got to take you to Chili Pepper. Try the best bean and cheese.
Really? Okay.
World. Yeah, I'll take
right
you.
on.
I'll take you. Okay, so bachelor's degree, CRA.
Yeah.
How do you like being a CRA? Why do you go from CRC to CRA? Because I know a lot of people that go to CRC, CRA, and then want to go back to CRC.
You know what? It's the next step. Once you're a CRC, there's a shelf life to that, I believe. And you kind of, that's the next step, becoming a CRA and trying something new, seeing it from the other side of the fence, and let's see the pros.
Do you know Daniel Torres?
No.
I gotta introduce you. Are you on LinkedIn?
I'm not. No.
Okay,
yeah.
Daniel, we got it. But see, it's pretty.
You gotta link up, right?
You don't need a LinkedIn too. How did you get the CRA role from CRC? What'd you do?
So my old roommate, Mario, he works for the company, and he was like, "Hey, they're hiring. Are you interested?" And initially, I had my hesitations, because I know it's you travel a lot. It's different. You're obviously a lot of responsibility, but I felt it was time. And I felt like coordinating. I had done everything, and
so you knew somebody there.
Yeah.
That basically said, "Hey, man. Hey, Daniel. They're hiring."
Yeah.
And I'm guessing, because you said a year, you got caught up in the boom of hiring frenzy that was going on.
Yeah. So the company that hired me had an academy. Basically, they onboard you.
Wow.
And they teach you everything. If you've never had any experience, which was pretty neat. They teach you about GCP, Alcoa, things that me and you, we've known for years.
Yeah.
But for somebody, a new CRA, because they did get a lot of nurses, they got a lot of people who weren't in research per se. So it was good for them. But and I liked it. It's good to brush up on your knowledge. But yeah, you do that for about a month and a half.
Do you think that was good, that training you did? We don't have to mention the company name, but do you think you needed it? Or could you have done your job as a CRA without that? Because you were a CRC for so long.
I feel my experience as a CRC, I knew what to expect and what to do.
Okay.
Just because...
That's what I figured.
Yeah, you interact with your CRAs all the time, so you know what they're looking for,
Did your perspective change? Because I'm similar to you, actually. I was a CRC side owner, and then the recession hit, and that's when I dabbled in contract CRA work.
Okay.
And after that, back to the side owner now, and CRC again, my perspective of CRAs changed.
Okay.
Because before I was a CRA, I was very paranoid of CRAs.
Really?
Like, yeah, somebody came CRA, I would say, oh no, I would even tell the staff, don't tell them anything extra.
Yeah, yeah.
And now I'm completely opposite because I've been in your shoes.
Right.
So I know, like, I've done the same reports you're
Yeah.
doing. So my perspective changed. Has yours?
It has, and yeah, it's very similar to you. I was always very reserved with my monitors. Just kind of like answer what you're asked.
Yeah.
Don't answer questions that weren't asked. And,
Yeah.
But I'm trying to change that, and I'm trying to be. I know coordinating's stressful, and I try to be as helpful as I can to my sites. It's hard sometimes because there needs to be those boundaries as well.
Yeah.
Obviously, but I try to be as much of a tool as I can to the site. Because ultimately, it reflects on you. So I try to establish good relationships with my sites.
I always say that the best CRAs are former CRCs.
Yeah.
Because you guys know, just like I know now, like all the monitors, I know a little bit about what you go through.
Yeah.
You know what we go through,
right?
Being a CRC,
right, yeah.
Any advice for somebody trying to break into the industry, and let's say they have a long-term goal to be a CRA? What would you advise them? Let's say somebody just got out of college, bachelor's degree. What do you think they should do?
Definitely be organized. Be willing to put in at least your first year. Be willing to just kind of take whatever they assign to you, because obviously, just with like any other job, seniority takes priority. So your first year, you might get all kinds of indications that you might not be knowledgeable on, but just take it as a study. Just read your protocol, make sure you know everything that needs to be known, and be patient. Be ready to travel a lot. There's a lot of travel.
Do you think, though, like now, in the hiring environment that we are in right now, and in 2023, from those watching in the future, hello, hopefully we're okay. But right now, the industry is super busy. It doesn't look like our industry is going to slow down.
Right.
Do you think it's possible, like, you graduated from college and you went to a site. Do you think if you were to graduate now, you would be able to be a CRA right out, like your first job out of college?
Yes.
How would you do that, knowing what you know now?
Well, I guess just personally, I think I would have just dedicated myself to the position. But I could see it being there being a learning curve, just like with any other job that you kind of pick up right off the bat,
But what would you do to like get the opportunities? Like, because a lot of people watching, they're like, I want to be a CRA, but maybe I have to go to the site level first, or what do you think?
Network.
Network.
Get your name out there. LinkedIn. I don't have one, but
you don't need one though. You don't need one.
Well, because I made all the people that I met throughout my years. They're all still research related. So that's kind of, I would hear some people would be like, hey, you know what? There's an opening at my site, or they're hiring at this CRO. So I kind of use that to my networking is what I use as a big tool for me.
Do you think you'll get a LinkedIn or nah? You don't think you need one?
I think I should, yeah.
Do you have long-term goals for your career, like beyond CRA, or
you know what?
Thought about it?
Right now, my goal is to get better at what I'm doing as a CRA, and I know this traveling thing is going to take a toll on my body, so I definitely do want to find a position that's more either in-house or working from remotely, but with not as much travel.
Clinical trial manager is good.
Yeah, trial manager or in-house CRA, Okay. But yeah, it's been a
lot of opportunities.
Yeah, and it's things that I didn't know, because I didn't have much knowledge that there was research. Research is such a big field, working field. Yeah.
Yeah. Now that you're in it, But
yeah,
before
definitely.
You didn't, even at the site level, you don't know
exactly
like the inner workings of CROs and sponsors like you do now.
Yeah.
So there's always something new to learn. Daniel, thank you so much.
Yeah.
I would put your LinkedIn underneath, but you don't have one. So I don't know. You guys have to get hold of me.
Yeah.
Doing good all Daniel.
Get
Hopefully
home,
he'll be our
Dan.
monitor. We don't know if he'll be our monitor yet, but we just did a SIV. So, yeah, I guess before we're done, we'll just talk off the camera. But thank you, Daniel, very much. Hopefully you help inspire somebody out there.
Hey, thank you.
Take care, guys. Like, subscribe, comment, share. Bye-bye.